if you're interested in rally at all, we get some breakfast, head over to Team O'Neill Rally School, break down how rally races work a little bit to familiarize you with it, and then we meet the instructors, we go drive a little bit, slam on some brakes, get to know the rally car up close, a fully built Fiesta, and just experience day one of Team O'Neill Rally School.
First thing we'll do is I'll get a car count, how many people I have following me out there. 2, 3, 4, 5. All we'll do is we'll go over to the side here, line up down at the bottom. Up there, right by the staircase.
Got it.
There you go. Cool. How's it going, guys? We made it here. My name's Tom. This is my 8th year here. Team O'Neill's been here going on 25 years. Why don't we go around the room and kind of you guys can do short little introductions of who you are, where you're from, and why you're here.
My name's Cameron, and I own a couple Subarus, live out in Phoenix in the desert, and came to learn how to drive them properly.
Cool. Welcome.
I'm Dwayne Alford, Cameron's dad. He invited me to come, so I said, heck yeah.
Nice. So in rally, we're using real cars.
For the first day that we talked about is that rally cars, to race in sanctioned events, they have to be cars that were in production, over 500 were made. And then as far as suspension is kind of the main thing people want to change so that they can drive faster, more aggressively. And there's horsepower limits and stuff, but with the suspension, you can upgrade it, but you can't change the mounting locations. You can't do any sort of crazy fabrication. You're racing production cars on these roads through trees, and that's kind of the thing about rally. So you can get like bigger coilovers, beefier, a little bit more travel, bypasses and things like that, but we can't change all the fabrication of the car and do like a tube chassis setup. Like that's not allowed. It has to be a production car. When you're racing rally, you don't stop for weather. Whether it's snowing, raining, doesn't matter. You're racing on real roads. It's not like a racetrack. And Tom said something that I won't forget is that in a racetrack situation, you see things over and over, but in rally, you only see 1,000 corners once. So rally is a point A to B style race. It's broken up into stages. You could have 12. One point where I think a lot of people get confused is we might have 3 roads are going on for this race. It could be more than this, less than this. 2-3 day weekend when you have a race is that you have the first 3 stages are on this one. Let's just call this road 1. This is road 2. This is road 3. The first 3 stages, 1 to 3, could be on this back to back to back to back during the day. 4 through 6 are this during the day. 7 to 9 during the day. We're only to 9 stages. We've done all 3 roads 3 times each during the day. Well, then at night we could do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Hit them all at night, so 9. So doing all 3 roads 3 times during the day and then once at night, that makes up 12 stages you just raced. Then you add up the time and that's your score for the race, and you want to have the shortest time in your class, and then there's the overall score as well. I learned very clearly that rally is not about going as fast as possible, it's actually about finishing in the beginning. I'll pick up on teaching about how rally races work in the next episode, but let's get back to why you're here, the school.
Good for me just to
Morning everyone, my name is Brent. I've been here since 2012, been racing on and off since 2008.
Morning guys, I'm Jacob. I've been up here since 2014. Prior to working at Team O'Neill, I spent 6 winters driving around in an RV for a professional ski racer. Welcome.
Morning everyone, my name is Jamie. I came here in 2016 as a student. Started working here in 2017. Had the opportunity to compete in a couple of rally sprints, both driving and co-driving. I guess Jake didn't want to mention that I was his co-driver. Went okay. In a prior life, I used to be a ski lift mechanic in northern Vermont. Thanks for coming.
Hi, I'm Tom. I like to party.
Morning guys, my name is Drew. I've been working here for a little over a year. In addition to instructing, I also help out a little bit on the marketing side of the business. When I'm not working here at Team O'Neill, you can probably find me raising hell on my dirt bike.
I'm Alan. I started here in 2004. I work here both as a mechanic and instructor.
Hi, I'm Max. I started here around 2015. I grew up locally here in northern New Hampshire, racing motocross, alpine ski racing, and a little bit of snowmobile racing. Welcome.
Morning, I'm Jamie too. I've been rallying since early 2000s, came here late 2000s to do some schools, part-time work, came back recently to do full-time. I've got about 35 rally starts, both driving and co-driving.
Let's go to the cabin, we'll get some helmets.
Man, bank rally school. Nice.
First car.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks. I like it.
What we need to do is not rely on the steering wheel anymore, just like on pavement.
First things first, getting into driving, we're gonna learn how to drive with both feet, with our left foot on the brake, our right foot on the gas. And in these Fiestas, you have to hold it wide open or about 3/4 and then press the brake and modulate the brake at the same time you're keeping your foot floored. It's definitely a weird habit to start building in your head of using your brake and your gas at the same time to keep the car planted on the ground, and you're gonna see my dad and I learn that. We're in a skid pad, we're gonna do a basic circle and learn from the instructors exactly what to do, and then we'll start doing a slalom left and right.
And you know, on pavement, we have that instant reaction. Now we have to kind of expect there to be a little delay in the car. You may tell the car to turn, it may not respond to your inputs till about 2 seconds later.
Second gear, turn in, brake. Release brake to go on a straight, brake again to turn. Muscle coordination drill than anything. So you just look ahead, steady gas, squeeze the brake. Now let's actually rotate your helmet. I like that, because you know how on all sports, your head leads the rest of your body. Let's do that here. Instead of looking out of the corner of your eyes, have that nose and chin pointed where you want to be going.
Is that underwhelming?
No,
That was fun.
it's good.
You learned something?
Yeah.
A little bit with your feet?
Well, I haven't driven front wheel drive that much, so that was.
Degrees wrapped into that.
You want me to go left steering?
Yeah, 180.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, there you go. So, right, it's making you use the brakes more, right? You have to hold on them. Because if it gets rutted up out there and there's berms and stuff, it's just like slot car driving and we're not actually doing anything. So to keep the training and everything consistent, we do a lot of tractor work, and that's what we're gonna do before we move on to the slalom.
I know what you're thinking right here. That looks like torture. You're going so slow. It doesn't translate over video at all. Like, look how muddy it is, and if you turn any car like that at all while you're moving, it just shovels and slides forward. You're really learning how to use your feet to get the weight of the car to transfer front to back so that you can get traction in situations where you don't get any normally.
We're gonna make it release the brake.
That combined with the cars being the slowest ones on the property so you can learn the basics. It gets more exciting as the week goes on, but it's way more entertaining once you're behind the wheel than looking at it from the outside. A big thing too with rallies, since the consequences are so high of wrecking cars, hitting trees, safety, you go with the crawl, walk, run approach, and this is a crawl situation. Slower cars, second gear, using your left foot to brake, and really learning the basics of controlling it so that when we do start going faster later in the week, we don't wreck.
Slide it. Yep.
Is this your first day? I'm new. Okay. Yeah. This is my 8th year here. We have these green cones out here. That's kind of our targets. All right, we have some visual targets out here. Turning my wheel, and then when I want the car to rotate, that's when I'm going to add that brake. However, what typically happens is everybody loves to release the brake early. Right? It does take a little time for the car to react. It's not like on pavement where it's instant. All right, so I want you to look for the green cone, turn to it, then add a brake. So most of those are really good. Towards the end though, you're trying to rush through. You get the wheel and then brake right away, and it was too early, so you had to kind of counter and go back to it. And utilizing the left foot braking to make the weight transfers happen, right? Turn first, then brake, center, then release the brake. Longer brakes. Center, then release. Just go in kind of slow.
Hit it third gear?
Yeah, fourth gear, all right. Topped out. A little bit of brake, center, okay. Release the brake. Turn, brake, center, release. There you go. Turn, brake, center, release. Longer. You know they're just cones, right?
I ain't gonna be that guy.
Slow down your turn in. Okay. Just a little bit. Corner, keeping your gas on. Easy turn in. Light brakes. Back to center. Good turn. Wind quick. Turn in slow. Center fast. Yep. Counter. Keep your gas on. Look where you want to be. Tight gas and brake. Look into the next one. So that full gas is almost a little bit too much. So a little brake for traction control.
There's still one more coming. Hold up.
Aha, thank you. Slowly release, and turn brake center, and just stay out of the mud here as you look to the top. Good. Stay in the gas while you straight line brake here and turn in before the mud. Look into the next one. Turn brake center, look into the next. Turn brake center, look into the next. Turn brake center, look into the next. Good. Squeeze on, squeeze off. Turn in, squeeze on. Unwind, squeeze off. Turn in, squeeze on. Unwind, squeeze off. If you have 60% gas or whatever percent gas on and you just suddenly release the brakes, you're likely to get wheel spin and it's going to cause understeer. So if you can release the brakes slowly, the tires will accelerate without braking traction. In the circle as you keep the gas on. Nicely done. I think we're getting run number 3. Make sure you center before you release your brakes each time. Okay.
So the first half of the day, you're really learning. When you're driving the car, you steer it doesn't do anything, you apply brake pressure with your left foot, and then you kind of feel the rear end start to do this thing. Move the weight of the vehicle to the front, digs in more traction through that mud, through that gravel, and you get to the base of the dirt, and you start to get traction. So you're flowing, steer left, doesn't do it as much as I want, apply more brake pressure, that side slides out, and you're just learning to drive that car through the dirt and how to get the weight transfer and use that to your advantage to get traction as you go driving this front-wheel drive platform. It's actually a good time. To end off the first day of their school program, we're gonna do some accident avoidance procedures, learn how to drive a car when there's an animal on the road or an obstacle, need to get around, come to a stop on a loose surface. day off, we talk about tires, clutches, suspension, skid plates, common failure points. We go over the roll cage, check out the interior, wheels and tires, see how you mount the car in the air. When you do want to service it, when you do build a rally car, asked a bunch of questions here. Super useful time if you're not super comfortable working on cars, or you're new to it, or you're someone like me who's super comfortable and you have a lot of good detailed questions to ask. This is the time to do it. Just finished up day 1. Sensory overload, brain melted, learned a lot, and we found out we're going racing on Sunday. And that means I'm driving and my dad's co-driving. You guys will have to see what the heck we're driving, how we're gonna do it, and we have a lot to learn this week before we get to it. So see you guys tomorrow for day 2.